Pussy is not power.
Ooh, I bet they can't stand me. Ooh, I bet they can't stand me.
This is going to get a lot of women in their feelings. However, this is a video for black men. The P word is not power. You have been told all your life that the P word is power. There are many songs that have been made this year alone
Give me everything you got, put this sweat and gush.
Off of the P word. The P word is basically what men are supposed to revolve around. That's the sun and the men are the planets. But I'm here to tell you that the P word is not power. Men give the P word power. Now, is this to debase and devalue the P word? No. We understand the alchemy and the astrology and the Gnostic and the esoteric symbolism behind the female genitalia, so on and so forth. However, when you're dealing with a relationship between a black man and a black woman, and when you're dealing with a general relationship between a man and a woman, there are often times where men are pandering to the woman in hopes of trying to get the P word. So he has to do certain stuff, say certain things, and chase after the woman in order to get the P word. Now, I'm here to make this video to let you know that the P word is not power. The P word is not the prize. I made a video long time ago. I don't even know if I still have it up, but I made this phrase called the P word is common, but virtue is rare. And I say this to say that what a woman has in between her legs is something that every woman has in between her legs. Whatever she can do down there is something that another woman across the street can do as well. What she has in between her legs is just the icing on the cake. But what value, what are the ingredients to the cake? What can she really add to your life? Other than what's in between her legs, other than what she can do with her mouth, besides nag you. What is it that she has? What are the traits? What are her ambitions? What can she add to the table? There are men out here who are being used on a daily basis. Men out here who are being used for free food, free attention, free dick, so on and so forth. Nonetheless, you have women out here who feel like that they should be put on a pedestal, that they are the end all be all for everything. You ask me out on the date, that means you pay for the food, you pay for this, you pay for that, and I'm just here entertaining you. I'm just here seeing if you are qualified, to see if you are qualified for you to be in my life. There's no equal exchange here. There's no woman that truly knows that the man knows his value. She's not really going to try and manipulate him and do all this type of stuff, because he knows the game. He knows the ins and the outs when it comes to your manipulative tactics and so on and so forth. And I'm not saying manipulative tactics are one way or the other, or is one-sided, or it's just women that do it. But generally, when women want something, they know how to get it. At least when you're dealing with the general population of men, because we have fell for this hoopla of this westernization concept of chivalry. So the man is supposed to do all this other type of stuff to a woman that he's interested in, and if she doesn't seek interest in him back, then there's no loss for her. For an example, me personally, a woman has to pay for her own meal if we go out on a date. It doesn't matter if she asks me out or if I ask her out, because I most definitely do not feel comfortable with anybody, let alone a woman, paying for my food. So when you have this exchange, this fair exchange between me and a woman, and we seek interest in each other, we want to get to know each other, I don't see any foul in us paying for our own food and going out on a date and having a good time. I've done it before, and there have been many women that I've had this great relationship with, and we did stuff like that. We will go out on dates and we will both pay for our own food and have a fantastic time. It wasn't until I came to social media and I began to be more familiar with social media that I was familiarized with this concept of the man pays for all the food. You know, this westernized concept where the man puts his coat over the puddle and the woman walks over. You see, and we have this westernized concept of how we exchange or express love towards one another. And we don't have a form of expression of love for our own selves. Not to mention, you have women nowadays who are getting into the mindset that they are independent black women. They are independent. They can do bad all by themselves. They can pay for their own bills. They get their own money, so on and so forth. If that is the case, then you should be able to pay for your own food. But you have women who will say, why are you being so cheap? If you're broke, just say that you're broke. I have to flip the question back on you. Because why don't you want to pay for your own food? I've had conversations with many women to where they don't want to pay for dinner. They don't feel like cooking. You know what? Let me hit this man up that's been blowing up my phone for the past week or so, and let's go out on a date and let's see what happens, and so on and so forth. Using you just to get a quick bite. And then she'll never call you again. She'll never hit you up again. She just wanted a quick meal here and there. There are women out there like that, and I've had many conversations with women like that. So when you have this predicament where the woman is in a is in a relationship, or she's in a association with this man, and not only does she pay for her own meals, or her money is for her, but your money is for her. Sees herself as the prize. She holds herself on a pedestal. She thinks she's the end all be all. There's no equality when it comes to y'all, because she thinks that she's better than you. Oh, no. Remember, the black woman is God. Remember? We come from you. The men come from the women. Remember? This isn't for all women, alright? But these are generally women who think in this process that they feel like they're too good enough to pay for their own food when it comes to a date with a man. Which is ridiculous to me, because I've seen women say that I'm an investment. An investment for what exactly? What am I getting back? There are women who will say that you have to invest in me, and if you don't get nothing back, that's just the game of investment. No. That's not how this works. Because at least when I invest in something like a game, or invest in something to get money back, at least there's a possibility. At least there's a possibility. Generally, when men try to invest in something when it comes to a date, when it comes to women, they don't get nothing back. And I'm not just talking about some poom poom. I'm talking about generally, they do not get anything back. When I invest in getting a new console, I get my money's worth. When I invest my time into something for myself, I get something back. But when it comes to the exchange between a man and a woman, in this day and age, when it comes to a date, and the man pays for everything, he pays for the first date, second date, the third date, and they're just still getting to know each other, and there's no improvement, no progression. He might think it's progression, but on her side, oh, no, I don't see any interest in him after the first date, but he's tolerable, and he's willing to go out his way to pay for this amount for some food that I want, and so on and so forth. I've seen it happen, and I've had conversations with women who will say this type of stuff and do this type of stuff. I will say this, that if you are a man who is willing to pay for food of the other woman, right? If you're willing to pay for her food, make sure that she's your girl. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go out your way and do that type of stuff. Me personally, if you're making your own money and I'm making my own money, and you're building yourself up and I'm building myself up, then you should not see any problem with you paying for your food and I'm paying for my food, and we are generally giving each other the fair amount of time, the fair amount of energy, and using the fair amount of money invested within each other. That's how I see it. Because I'm not just investing money in you, I'm investing time and energy in you. And if I don't get nothing back in return from that, the man ends up going mad. The man ends up thinking, oh, I just wasted my whole time, I wasted my money, I could have, do such and such. Now you can feel how you want to feel, talking to the women who are watching this, but men, know your worth. Okay, I've had conversations, and I'm going to post it on YouTube later on, but I've had conversations on the phone just recently about this conversation, and when I brought up the game, I was like, I know the game that some of y'all women play. She had no choice but to laugh. She had no choice but to laugh because she knows the game. She's playing games on you, but she's not going to let it be known. She's not going to make you see in between the lines. You have to make it known. Like, after a while, if she keeps trying to pull that off on you, tries to use some of the manipulative tactics on you, trying to make you feel insecure or shameful or whatever the case may be, calling you cheap or broke and stuff like that, trying to, when push comes to shove type of thing, you have to let it be known, like, I know the game here. I'm not like these other Negroes that you try and play the game with. I'm a different breed. This is to let it be known to the black men who are watching me. Know yourself, know your worth. She is not the end all be all, and she is not the prize. And even when you exceed in getting her, she's still not your priority. You are your priority in your life. You are the first priority in your life out of anybody else. Before anybody else, you come first. When you get to know her, when you're trying to associate with her, when you seek interest in her, you still come first. When you get into a relationship with her and then you marry her, you still come first. That doesn't mean that you debase her value. That doesn't mean that you cast her to the side. But you have to understand that you come first. The things that are going on internally with you, financially with you, physically, mentally, emotionally with you, all of that comes first before anything else. But until next time, I'm Tyrone. Thank you for watching this video. Comment below about how you feel about what I say. If you like what I say, if you didn't like what I say, let me know in the comment section below. Share this video with other people. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Like this video. Until next time, you guys, I'm Tyrone, and I am out.